So, tell me your name and a little bit about your acting background.
My name's Derek McDonnell, and I'm a professional actor. I've been working in Atlanta for the past 7 years. I've been in shows like Dynasty on Netflix, Disney Plus show Genius. What are some other shows I did? There's a bunch of them. You'll get my resume. But so yeah, I've been working professionally the past 7 years. I'm in Pittsburgh right now, in time for the 48, and then I'm moving to LA to continue at the end of next month.
So you're in SAG?
I am not, actually. Atlanta is a right-to-work state, so working in Atlanta, you can work as much as you want, and they never force you to join. If I worked any jobs in Pennsylvania, LA, I must join immediately before I walk on the set. I have like about 30 SAG credits, but Atlanta, you don't have to join.
So you're not in SAG now, and they don't have to fill out that SAG.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Sweet. Other questions?
You took my question.
Do you have any singing or dancing experience in musical theater?
Yeah, whenever musical theater was like my first love. I was in one of PJ's musicals about 7 years ago, I'd say. That was like 2016, 2017. Definitely better at singing than dancing. So yeah, that's where I stand on that.
7 years ago, wasn't that?
Yeah.
That was.
Because that was the same year I did my boy band documentary that you guys did musical, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, that year, this is a cool story. I was moving to Atlanta, trying to get an agent, and I was like, okay, I don't have a reel, I don't have anything. So I traveled around the country and did 14 48-hour films that year. PJ's was one of them. I went all the way to San Francisco. I did a couple in Florida. I went all across the country. And then I used all of those to make together my first reel when I was moving to Atlanta, got an agent, and since then, all that footage is gone. Yeah, it was a really cool thing I did.
Awesome job.
Yeah, so you've done it.
I've done a couple of these.
Awesome. Any other questions? Awesome. All right, so I'll have you slate, say your name, say what you're doing for the monologue, and then do the monologue.
Okay. You mind if I sit for the monologue? Or is
No,
that
no,
work
no,
for?
you can-
I feel like I'm above this lens anyway, so sitting's gonna probably look better.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh. I'm Derek McDonnell, and I'm going to be doing a monologue from All My Sons by the character Chris. Just right into it. Remember overseas, I was in command of that company. I lost them. Just about all. And it takes some time to throw that off because they weren't just men. For instance, one time, so it had been raining for several days, and this kid, he comes up to me, and he just gives me his last pair of dry socks. He just put them in my pocket. I mean, those were the kind of guys that I had. Right? And they didn't just die. They killed themselves for each other, and I mean that exactly, because a little more selfish, and they would still be here today. And I got this idea, where I was watching them go down and everything was being destroyed. Something new was made. A sense of responsibility. It was man for man. And there was a meaning in it, and it stood behind them like some monument. And then I got home, and there was no meaning here. Nobody was changed at all, and I felt wrong to be alive. I felt wrong to open up my bank book, to drive a new car, to buy a refrigerator, because whenever you buy that refrigerator, you gotta know that it comes from the love that a man can have for another man, and there is blood on it, and I didn't want any of it. And I guess that included you. But I want you now, Annie. Derek McDonnell.
Derek McDonnell.
Not now, because he's going to LA.
Yeah.
Do you have any stage combat experience?
I've done not necessarily stage combat, but I've done a lot of film stunts. Everywhere from wire work to like film fighting and stuff. So I guess that's not on stage, but I have combat experience.
With like weapons or just hand to hand?
Mainly hand to hand and wire work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I doubt we're going to be doing any wire work for a 48, but
Cool. All right, you guys.